Next, we're going to look at external XML entities. Have a look at the 8th line. You can see XXE, variable value output. And the 5th line displays how the value of this variable is filled with the contents of the file etc passwd. Using this, an attacker can extract internal information from the server, scan the company's internal network, and disable the service by sending an infinite file. Another major risk is the direct manipulation of the site content because, as a rule, the value from the XML file is output directly to the site. Where do errors typically occur? All of the following refers to XML. As for applications, these are XML, SVG files handlers, DOC handlers. With respect to the integration, these are potentially vulnerable SAML services, SOAP below version 1.2. 2 tips will help you get rid of XXE. Disable the handling of external entities. XML external entity in all XML parsers in the application. And also update or replace XML handlers and libraries used by the application or operating system. Here is an example of such a vulnerability in Python. By default, the LXML library uses external entities. To make your code safe, you must explicitly specify 2 parameters. The first one is resolve_entities equals false, and the second one is no_network equals true. This way you can secure your code. And now an example of how such a vulnerability is exploited. Writing a comment, checking that the XML is being passed, editing the initial request and adding specially generated code with external entities, in which we specify that the variable cmd is equal to file://. Thus, we get a list of files and folders in the root directory of the server. Now we'll send a request and update the page. And that's it. Now we can view the contents of the root directory. You can try to complete the process from the previous example yourself, as well as read more about the XXE search by following the links in the presentation. And now let's move on to the next part.